Hi Capricorn, I hope you guys are doing really well today. I'm not going to be going too heavy on the astrology because they did load a separate video for the pink supermoon that we have on the 7th on Tuesday. I posted that earlier. I'm going to link it below. But I want to tell you, you guys are having a pretty good, you're going to have a good week coming up. You really are. There could always be little snafus here and there, but generally speaking, this is going from the 6th until the 12th. On the 6th, very harmonious energy with the moon, right, to your sign. This is a great chance for emotional harmony, really a better mood, favorable for relationships with your kids, with partners, domestic harmony, things like that. And Mercury is also positively aspected actually from Monday to Friday. I want to tell you, I kind of get a work vibe for you guys this week because, Mercury it's going to be a great time for like all kinds of communication, getting your ideas across smoothly, being understood, understanding others, studying, writing, speaking, teaching, learning, all of that, but also filling out applications, anything having to do maybe with work, anything like that. So that's positively aspected Monday through Friday is really, really good. And then what I like though is we have really good aspects in your reputation sector, right? Having to do with business. So it's telling me that other people are taking notice of your actions. So it's time to be on your best behavior. Business matters are in focus. So it could be a job that you're in, a potential job, some sort of connection having to do something with business. Those two heavy aspects are going to be happening for you on Tuesday and Wednesday, the 7th and 8th. So just keep a little eye out for that. What else is going on? Yeah, I mean, the moon is really good actually Thursday and Friday in the same way. Very harmonious. Really beautiful for like good moods. Yeah, pause in your journey. Isn't that the truth? Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. Really nice. But I do want to mention that on the 11th, which is next Saturday, this is a really great aspect. You're just going to be forming very fortunate aspects with other planets in your chart, right? So this represents an opportunity period, like a period, right, beginning. So you really want to keep your eyes open and your mind open to possibilities. It's kind of like a use it or lose it kind of thing, because often if we're not open to something or we're not engaging in something, we could miss an opportunity. So just be on the lookout. But honestly, guys, I don't see any like really big stressful aspects. I think for the most part, even though this full moon is going to bring so much change, it's like almost going to be welcomed change. Look at this. My decks are blended. Well, I'm just going to do your reading with the blended deck then. How's that? That had to happen for a reason. Look at that. Isn't that cute? All right. So we can do things a little different. So this first one, we're going to do a past, present, challenge, and future. I'm going to do a few rows of that, and then I'm going to do a separate love spread after that. Not that people don't even really care about love right now, but I'm going to do it anyway because there are some people who do, right? So we will see. So that's past is the Emperor reverse. Ooh, so you might have been dealing with, now again, this could be for anything. This could be for, let me just address your crowning here. It's a beautiful card. And it could be creepy, but the art is very beautiful in this one. Pause in your journey. Yeah, I mean, quarantine will do that to you. And even if you're not in quarantine, because not absolutely everybody is, the people that you're dealing with may be, right? So whatever it is, the current situation that we have going on is definitely causing some sort of pause in how things have been rolling out for you. Okay, so let's see what we have here. All right, so coming in again to this energy, right, in the past, we have the Emperor reverse. So Emperor reverse could be a couple of things, right? It could definitely be you having dealt with a very narcissistic energy. I mean, it's Aries reversed, right? So Aries is all about having the strong initiative, this desire to push forward, this desire to start something new, just not wanting to focus on the minutia, just really wanting to get something going, right? I mean, that's really what Aries is, what the Emperor is. And in reverse, it's not having that initiative, right? It's not wanting to move forward. There could be a lot of self-sabotaging behaviors if this is your energy, or you could be dealing with somebody who is very, very selfish, who is just not willing to put in the effort into some sort of work or some sort of relationship that you're having. Okay? So let's read the past all together. So yeah, then we have this Ace of Swords, which is about really wanting this new beginning, this new truth, really having this very deep desire to have it. You're dealing with this challenging personality, right? This could be you, or could be somebody else, but there is this lack of initiative to move forward, but yet we have this. So it's this kind of push and pull. It's like this, take your time, but hurry up kind of thing, right? Where you're trying to figure things out. And then we have the Knight of Wands here in the reverse. So there's a real lack of will. There's confusion here. So there's knowing that something is over, something needs to be over in one way or another. If it's not a job, it's a relationship, it's certainly a cycle. Okay? And knowing that it is, and really being in a space of trying to figure out what that next step is, right? Because that Ace of Swords is a Mercury energy, right? It's about communication. It's about truth. It's about moving forward, going from here to there, okay? Now, for others of you, the Ace of Swords could certainly be that there's a cycle over, right? Something ended, and then you hitting the internet in, full force, trying to get something going for a new beginning. So you could be, maybe if you were laid off, you're on the internet looking for another job, right? Because Mercury rules, it doesn't rule technology, that's Uranus, but it does rule communication on the internet. So you putting yourself out there on the internet, you putting yourself out there on dating sites, maybe, even though you maybe can't meet the person, you could certainly start cultivating some sort of verbal connection with them, right, at this point. Coming into this week, okay? Now, currently, like in this week, the energy of this week, we have the Five of Cups energy first, okay? So this is very much focusing on the negative aspects of something, right? I mean, in short, really, it is focusing on the negative aspects of something, yet understanding that it's over, understanding that you need to let it go, as it's a Mars and Scorpio energy. So whenever we have Mars, again, it's all about, initiative, let's go, let's push this baby forward, right? I mean, it's just wanting to do that. And Scorpio, though, means, okay, we can move forward and do all of that, but we need to change. There's got to be transformation. And one part of you is like, yeah, but I don't really like change. Didn't you get that memo? I really don't feel like doing all of this change right now. And that's where, Scorpio doesn't care. Scorpio's ruled by Pluto. It's like, tough. It's time to change. Because the thing is about Pluto, and I think I mentioned this in my video today, Pluto really doesn't care so much for what it is that you think you want today. Pluto is focused on giving you what you need moving forward. And a lot of times that means shaking things up and ending cycles so that you can change the trajectory of your path, because it's really not meant for you. And then we have here the Two of Cups in reverse. So yeah, this is a Venus and Cancer energy. So Venus is connected to love, but it's also connected to money, and it's connected to our self-worth and our self-esteem and how we feel about being in something. Cancer rules that fourth house of home, of that metaphorical home space and the actual home space, right? People who we consider family, all of that, right? Like our soul family. And in the reverse, there's a holding back here. So there's a holding back. There is not being able to act on something. So this can certainly be recognizing that a relationship needs to end, if this is resonating with you as far as a relationship goes, and you really having a hard time letting go of it. It could also be you having a hard time letting go of the way your job was structured, or for some of you, even your job itself, right? Having a really hard time letting go of it. Now, I do like the moon energy in the reverse a lot more than in the upright, because this indicates things coming to the surface and you being really honest with yourself, looking at things for what they really are. Because the moon is that which we do in private. The moon is what we feel deep inside that no one really knows. It's not, there's no malice there, but sometimes it's, we feel things and we do things, to other people or allow them to do things to us without fully even understanding that we're allowing it, A, and B, why. But that's not happening here. I see you having like this sort of like a little bit of a come to Jesus moment here, but in a very good way. I see this as being a really good thing. Just very supportive energies of needing to like process this week for sure. Now in your challenge position, we have the Three of Wands. It's so funny. Who did I just said Pisces got Three of Wands in the challenge. Was it the one? Yeah, it was three. No, it was five. No, it was Three of Wands. Yeah, it was Three of Wands. Same position, different deck, different reading. Yeah, and I even said, I think we're all feeling this, aren't we? It's like this lack of moving forward. It's like, when is this gonna end, right? It's the Sun in Aries in reverse. It's having this desire to push something forward but not being able to, right? It's like having that harness pull back on you when you're trying to do like be like one of those cartoon characters that are trying to like move forward and you're like, nope, I can't do it. All right, and then we have the Hangman in the reverse. So you want to be careful here, right, with the Hangman reverse, because this is a Neptune energy, and this can really be, first of all, it's pressing the pause button. Secondly, it is looking back at something and doing it with like some rose-colored glasses on. You don't want to glorify anything that you were part of at one time because of either you feeling afraid to let go, afraid of the change, or just so uncertain about what tomorrow brings. Because this energy indicates to me that if you go back to that, if you continue to hold on to that thing, you will certainly end up in a space where you're going to end up regretting it later on. Okay, that's first of all. But this really is a transformation energy, right? The Hangman, because it's Neptune, right? And, Neptune really does push us into the space of uncertainty, right? But it's a very necessary space to be pushed into, of feeling ungrounded, right? Of just not being totally sure what's going on, in order for us to move into that space of recognizing that we need to make the change. And this is that you're very afraid of this, right? You're very afraid of the lack of certainty. You're afraid of not being able to move forward in the way that you want, right? And then we also have in your fear, we have the Six of Cups reverse, which is about missing somebody or something that really needs to stay in your past. And this is you really being afraid of being sucked back into something, or not being able to totally let go of something that you absolutely need to let go of now. It's not the easiest energy in that way. We're all going to be feeling pulled to like snip something, right, with the full moon energy, and just there's a fear there. There's a fear to do it, and then there's a fear of not doing it. Do you know what I mean? It's like that you need to let something go, but you're afraid to let it go at the same time. So we have in the outcome energy, we have Temperance, right? So Temperance is a fabulous card. This is a Sagittarius card. It's about moving forward with integrity. This is about, Jupiter rules Sag, which is all about luck and expansion. Temperance is about, what do you need? What do I need? What does the situation need? This is like compromise, right? A really good compromise energy. So we have the compromise energy with the Hermit reverse. There's a lot of defensivity going on here. This is the don't tell anybody card. Really very deeply introspective right now. You're really thinking about everything, and you're not talking to anybody about it. Truly, like what's going on in the deepest recess of your mind. You're not talking to anybody about it. Yeah, and then we have the Ace of Swords in the reverse, which indicates to me there is not going to be a brand new beginning having to do with whatever this is here. So this is probably what's causing the pause in your journey, right? Okay. Yeah, because I feel like, you're really very focused on this. If I stay in this situation, am I going to be moving forward with integrity in my life? Am I going to be moving into a space that's going to allow me the luck and expansion that I really want to bring to myself right now? Or am I going to end up in the space where I end up creating energetic blocks, where at the end of the day I end up resenting things? And why am I not able to move forward or just let go of this thing? And it could really be anything, guys. Could be a friendship, a family situation, something with work. But you're really allowing yourself to get front and center with it and really think very clearly about it in the Hermit reverse. And you're going to recognize, like, you know what? There's nothing for me here, really, at the end of the day. This is not my journey. You know, it's not your journey, whatever it is. So I feel like there's like a very supportive cutting off of something that is really going to end up serving you quite beautifully, to be honest with you. Yeah. Okay. So let's go into, let's use the Tarot de la Nuit for a quick Celtic cross spread for love. So funny, like so many people like, who cares about love now? I'm like, yeah, I know. It's bigger fish to fry. I was saying today in my video, like a lot of people are just totally cool with like, you know, if you're in a relationship, you're not bothering to deal with a bunch of the stuff that would normally bother you. If you're single, it's not bothering you quite as much. But, you know, I do have to say that there are a lot of people too who are needing to quarantine with very abusive people. And I'm so sorry if that's your story. There is help for it. They've been talking about it pretty extensively, how the domestic violence cases have gone up incredibly in the past couple of weeks. Heartbreaking. Okay. Look at these nails, people. Really, right? I don't know. I had to cut them. Too many people with the virus. They're really little germ traps, really, right? Okay, so let's see what we have. Four of Cups reverse, Knight of Pentacles, Two of Swords. Temperance. Yeah, you're all about like fairness here. You're just not playing anymore, Capricorn. I really have been getting that for a while, yeah. Yeah. So again, temperance energy coming into this is that alchemical card, right? It's the Sagittarius energy, but it's about, you know, coming into this, it's about you being very focused on moving forward with integrity. You kind of drawing a line in the sand, right? And you just right now being in this space, this Four of Cups reverse is just about really focusing on what it is that you were really lacking in this connection. There could be an extreme feeling, first of all, of boredom. A lot of people are bored right now, right? But definitely of restlessness in the relationship sector. So this could be, you know, maybe you've been single and, you know, you're feeling this incredible restlessness to get into something. You're getting out of a connection because it wasn't serving you and your integrity in the way that you really wanted. You know, really, it's a general message. So apply it as you see fit, but we have the Four of Cups reverse, which is just an extreme of the upright. And again, it is that checklist card. If I can't be with them because they do A, B, and C, and there's just no way that I could deal with that in my life anymore. I just can't have it. And that's being crossed by the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, right? So, you know, there's a lack of mental, emotional, and physical connection here. You know, this is a Leo and Virgo energy. So whenever we have Virgos, Mercury's about moving forward. Leo is about illuminating, ruled by the sun. It's about illuminating truths, right? And it's about illuminating this beautiful connection. And in the reverse, it's almost like it's been eclipsed, right? And so you feeling this sense of lack. There's a sense of lack in this connection. And you realizing, you know what, like with the temperance energy, this lack that I'm feeling, it's not okay. It's just not okay for me to stay in that. And that's going to be something different for everyone, because everyone's needs are very subjective. You can be with a partner where they're like, what are you talking about? I give you everything, but it may not be what you need, right? May not be what you need. So crowning this, we have the Two of Swords in the reverse. So the Two of Swords in the reverse is telling me that there's either no communication with somebody. It's definitely being at cross purposes with yourself, trying to figure out two truths for yourself. Should I do this or should I do that? I'm just not sure. But in the reverse, this tells me that there's not a definite decision being made, right? And there's a sense of holding back. And then we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. There's a lack of willingness to move forward in something. You know, this is Scorpio and Sagittarius. Scorpio is about transformation. Sagittarius is about moving it forward. So in the reverse, it's okay, I'm not transforming with this person and I'm not moving forward with them. This is really not, it's just not feeding your soul. You don't feel supported in this situation. I don't feel like. So here we have the Hangman energy, again, is about pressing that pause button, right? But now in the upright, you're in this space of deep, deep confusion, because the Hangman, ruled by Neptune, is always about confusion. And even though you know that whatever it is that you're involved in, you know cognitively that this is not a healthy situation for you. But emotionally, there's some sort of missing, because as the external energy to you, we have the Six of Cups in reverse, which indicates a deep, and I'm going to say negative nostalgia, but it's a missing for somebody who needs to stay in your past. So this is what I mean, like where even though you know this person is not the right one for you, it's so crazy, right? How sometimes the most intelligent, successful, together person could just feel this way when it comes to their relationship sector. It's a different ball game. It's different set of processes. You know, it just really is. And you guys are so smart, Capricorn, right? I mean, you guys are the best workers of the tarot and of the zodiac and all of that wonderful stuff that I'm always saying about you guys. But I feel this pull. You know you shouldn't want somebody, but you still want them. They're still in your energy field. And then in the Five of Cups, the Five of Cups reverse is in your fear position. So very interesting, because the Five of Cups reverse is actually a little more positive than in the upright, where it's focusing on the two cups that are still standing instead of what's fallen, right? There are 3 cups down, 2 still standing. Now, normally, this is about really empowering yourself to move forward, to leave something, really focusing on the wonderful aspects of yourself. And this is in your fear position. So there's this fear to move forward. There's this fear to cut that final piece. And I do feel, Capricorn, that for many of you, this person, this situation did not make you feel good about yourself. You're having a hard time tapping into, if you're resonating with it, obviously it's going to depend on what else you have in your chart, but this connection did not make you feel good about who you were or are in the relationship. You might feel fabulous about yourself at work, as a friend, as a sister, as a daughter, as a mother, as all of that. But in this relationship, somebody made you feel bad. We have the Queen of Swords as the final outcome. So there is this lack of honesty. There is this lack of communication with the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Yeah. So, and again, this is a Virgo and Libra energy, right? So Virgo being ruled by Mercury, lack of movement forward in the reverse. Libra rules relationship, is all about fairness, right? Ruled by Venus. Something's not fair here. Something's just not fair. Definitely this person did something that was just really not fair. Or maybe you did. The energy could always be flip-flopped, as I always say. And then we have the Ace of Wands in the reverse as the future. So, this tells me that there's not going to be a new start to a cycle here. Ace always indicates a new cycle. Wands are will, motivation, determination, passion, right? So there's not going to be this forward movement here. So pretty straightforward, guys, to be honest with you. You feeling, getting very in touch with the fact that somebody is just not up to the level of integrity that you need, want, or desire, but yet you still, on some level, desire them. It's very hard. You know, maybe you've been together for a long time. It could be something different for all of you, but yeah, there's a lot of missing here. Look at that. Commitment, eternity, completion. Coffee cup, meeting and conversing, savoring the moment, feeling uplifted, friendship. This usually means somebody new. Photograph, looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, making new memories. And then we have engagement ring. Engagement, partnership, commitment, eternity, completion, union. Hammer, sabotage, rebuilding, interrogation, repetitive, working on it. Okay. So I feel like there was this commitment, but then things kept cycling back to the same thing. Then we have photograph, and we have finding out, things coming to light, you needing to adapt, you needing to change, you needing to heal. And then we have unconditional loving, falling in love. Falling in love, this is a new energy with the coffee cup. So I feel like, not that you're going to go out and meet anybody in like Starbucks now, right? But it's the idea here, more metaphorical than anything else, right? I do feel like a cycle is definitely ending with a person, and you're meeting somebody new, because this is a very early energy, but it's a different energy. We have coffee cup and kisses. This is falling in love, right? It's like meeting somebody and starting those new stages. And this coffee cup is like starting out as friends. You meet, you have those conversations, taking things slow, but something coming to light that ends up making you realize that something needs to seriously be over. And we are going to be pushed, you know, if you listen to the video that I posted today, that we're all going to be pushed to make a decision. We just are. We're going to be pushed to make a decision for sure. But you're going to have supportive energies this week to do whatever you need to do. So that's good. Doesn't mean it'll feel good. It just means you have supportive energies available to you. You know what I mean? All right, my friends, that is what I have for you. Guys, stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.